Hi guys, Piotr here. This is Liteforex Global YouTube channel. Still weekend and another update when it comes to the market. Of course, we are going to discuss euro dollar. We are going to discuss oil and gold. So right here, right now, just the market update. Well, I'm quite surprised when it comes to the euro dollar that we haven't seen the continuation, strong continuation to the upside after the breakout. Well, to be honest with you, I've been expecting easily we are going to close above 123. It didn't materialize, so it's very, very interesting. And well, the last few days of the 2020 December, I'm gonna watch it very, very carefully. Well, we will see. Anyway, oil, to be honest with you, through the roof. There is, looks like the guys who are buying, they don't care about anything. Well, it might be just algos, whatever it is, as long as we cannot move the market. Of course, we shouldn't discuss this. Anyway, I do expect some pullback from the levels we are at or we are close to. Anyway, gold, still I do expect pullback from the current levels. We do have very nice equal waves move to the upside. So with that being said, still lower levels are what I do expect as long as we are below 2000. Guys, don't waste our time. Check futures. See you inside. The main question, how high and how fast eventually we might go. The early indication of the weekly open showing that the pound, because of all those rumors we were discussing, might open almost 100 pips lower. Why I'm talking about this? Because euro dollar might be driven by the euro pound or what is going on the euro pound. To the upside, based on the weekly chart, looks like we are above some quite interesting zone. And if you do remember, we were discussing this as a possible consolidation ahead of the breakout. So it's a 24, 20, and then 25. We discussed it quite a few times, and to be honest with you, I'm quite surprised, as I mentioned, that we haven't hit these levels. Of course, the Riley base continuation, the previous weekly open as the very important level of the possible demand. That's how I see euro dollar from the weekly chart. From the daily chart perspective, again, that's the consolidation we went through. So again, levels below 22 as the possible demand, and especially levels related to FOMC, right? That's what was discussed by us quite often lately. So as long as we are above 21.25, 21.30, the bulls are quite safe in my opinion. Doesn't mean that we cannot try to trade both sides here, but that's gonna be a completely different story and should be we should monitor that on the intraday basis. As of now, taking into the consideration Friday's price action, 1-to-1, we haven't hit some big stops. We hit just intraday stops. I do expect that this 1-to-1 may turn out to be big one, right? And in that case, we might see levels under 22 to being tested at the very beginning of the week, and that could be the thing. That could be something what might be worth to watch. And again, from the buying perspective, I'm looking for levels below 22. In case of the attempt to go higher, market may want to, at the very beginning of the week, may want to try to create this flag, and if that's gonna be the third test, and we might see some kind of the failure, and that would be eventually the intraday setup from the euro dollar perspective? Well, to be honest with you, trying to summarize euro dollar, I think that the bigger chances, at least for now, and as long as we are above post FOMC low, the bigger chances are for higher levels. Just to do your own research and find a good entry level. The next one is oil through the roof, as I mentioned, but also I mentioned that I do expect some kind of the pullback near term, and well, either because of what we are testing right now or the blue line, right? So 49.50 as the levels of the possible pullback when it comes to the oil. When it comes to the buyers, I think that this particular weakness, a little bit above 42, could be the buying opportunity with this upper shadow. If we are going to break through that level, then retest of 35 could be in place. Let's switch lower. Let's switch to the daily chart. Let's have a look what we have here. And here is this attempt to move higher, right? Through the roof, but plenty of lines related to the daily and weekly chart, and with this a little bit of the negative weekly open when it comes to the pound. It might turn out to be negative sentiment at the very beginning. It's going to be worth to watch these levels. When it comes to the buying opportunity, then I think that from the daily chart perspective, as I mentioned, from the weekly is 42, a little bit above. From the daily, the first level of the possible demand is around 46, and that is going to be worth to watch. If we are going to add that some European countries are closing borders when it comes to the air traffic with the UK because of the the mutation of the virus, the things might from the oil traders perspective, the things might get interesting. The last one is a gold, and here totally opposite, and that also could be surprise for some of you. For me, to be honest with you, not necessarily. I'm more surprised that euro dollar is lower than what would we have here. I've been talking about this 1750, more or less we hit that level, and while we are below 2000, below this consolidation as well, I think that we might see lower levels when it comes to the gold. So let's switch lower. Let's have a look what we have on a daily chart. Not many changes, and this is the wave I've been talking about. 1-to-1, 1916, this range of this particular day as a possible supply. We are talking here about what happened on the 5th of November 2020, and I do expect that this is going to hold and we are going to see lower levels. That's something really based on the upper shadow, based on this price action next day. That's something might work well for us. I'm looking for 1900, 1916 to be honest with you, to try to sell it from the intraday perspective. Buyers, again, buyers should be visible and active around this low. I think that if we are going to take into the consideration this consolidation, then closer to 1700, and then again closer to 1650 and 1600. Guys, very few days left when it comes to the market. If you are watching only this weekly update, then the next one is going to be already after the Christmas. So from my perspective, guys, I know that we have difficult times, but I wish you Merry Christmas. I wish you happy holiday season. Hopefully everything is gonna be okay. So don't be trapped on the market, stay safe, and see you around. Take care. Goodbye.